In this video, I show you one of the few ways I use to help me decide on a color scheme and choose a color combination. So you could test the colors until you reach a color combination that you like before deciding to paint your pattern design. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Mohammed and I am an engineer and artist from Egypt. I specialize in geometric art, particularly the Islamic geometric patterns. I was taught the traditional way, which means the way I show you how to draw these patterns is the same way that has been inherited throughout the generations dating back to over 1,000 years ago. So let's get started. I'll be demonstrating using a digital method. So I'll be using the Procreate application on my iPad, but you could choose to use any medium you'd like, whether digital or conventional, and you could use watercolors, acrylic, or coloring pencils, whatever you like really. And I'll be showing you other different techniques in my future videos, so please stick around and make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to be informed when these videos are released. If you have any questions about this particular video or about Islamic geometric art or geometric patterns in general, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to help you answer them. So my first decision would be warm or cool, and I think I'll be going for a cool palette, and I'll choose some cool colors. So I'll go here and pick maybe a bright blue, a little bit of a bright blue, similar to the cerulean blue, if you're using watercolors or acrylics. And I'll maybe start, choosing which shapes I paint with this color. I wouldn't be using a lot of hues in my painting, so not a lot of colors. What I want to do is limit them to maybe 3 or maximum 4 colors. I wouldn't recommend going more than that. So let's see if I can go to this dark teal and just drag it here. What's happening? So yeah, and maybe some of these, you could see it's already taking shape. And now that I've got these two hues, I could actually try variations of these two hues, and maybe I want to balance them out with a bit of orange, on the top, or surrounding them really. It would give me yeah, I don't particularly like this color the way it is now. I feel that again it has affected the painting and made it the dominant color, but let's see, maybe I want to actually desaturate it a bit, just a little bit, make it a little bit lighter and a little bit desaturated. Perhaps that fixes it. Let's have a look. Now I want my blue to be the dominant color in this painting, just because, yeah. So now I think it's probably, no, I think I'll go for the blue, dark blue. And what I'll go for is dark blue on the outside, and let's see what that does to our painting. Yeah, I prefer it this way actually. It's a bit strong, so let's take it back to see, I like the dark blue, but I didn't like it dominating the whole painting, so I'll leave it at the corners and on the top. You could see on some of the parts on the outside, but the rest I'll just keep it as blue, as the lighter blue. Now what I want to do now is, let's see if I have this green color or teal color and get a lighter version of it, and let's see if I can just put it here in the middle. That's okay. Yeah, I like that. So it also depends what type of contrast you're after. Is it a temperature contrast where you have, you know, warm versus cool? And over here, it's all cool, but I think I want to balance it out with some, maybe a little bit warmer color, relatively warmer, but it's still a cool color, which is magenta. But what I'll do is I'll see if I can get away with some magenta here. Now it becomes too colorful. I think I'll probably go towards a little bit of Simone, or, you know, yeah, a reddish, orangish, you know, color. I think I'm okay with that. So this is something that maybe I would want to change as well. Let's, you know, we're playing around with it, so let's go for this blue color again and choose a lighter blue here instead. So this changes it again to a cooler blue. So what I could do actually is maybe with the color that I didn't like earlier, again, I don't want it to dominate the whole painting. I could now use it like in a couple of areas maybe. I haven't tried this before, but maybe it works. Yeah, we could try that as well. Or, you know what, we could undo this and use maybe a lighter color over here. So instead of the teal, yeah, so I like this better. So I'll probably maybe go for this as a, you know, trial. Or let's see if I can get some magenta again. No, I want to get some magenta, yeah, okay. So let's see. Yeah, this way I like it better. I think this gives me a better result. And again, it's really up to you. You choose your color scheme and just trial and error until you reach. And sometimes, you know, with watercolors, we're not gonna be able to achieve this kind of, you know, effect that is shown on the video, in the video right now. Perhaps with acrylic more so, but with watercolors, it's really, you know, translucent and transparent colors in a way, relatively. So we'll try our best to achieve the same color combination. Yeah. I think I've achieved some different contrasts here. So we've got the cooler and the warmer colors in the blues, the greens, and the magentas. We've got maybe 3 or 4 hues here and different shades of the hues. So we've got hue contrast and a tonal contrast as well. And you could play around with the arrangements and distribution of colors. So you could actually, you know, if we want to, let's change things around. So what we'll do is, you know, yeah, you could basically change, and as you can see, you know, you get like different effects really. You could play around with this is the fun part, and this is why, you know, digitally, when you work digitally on this step, in trying to test different color schemes and different color combinations, it's really fun because you could just, you know, swap and change and do all sorts with the colors. So again, maybe I'll go back to light blue, and I will just, you know, place them here. And again, you know, you could see what this looks like. You know, toggling the different layers visibility. So now the layer is off. Again, it's on, and you can see it. So again, I like this kind of, you know, color scheme. It's not bad, but perhaps maybe I'd need to actually sample this color. So okay. So I think to adjust this, we need to put these two as green as well. Yeah, maybe. I'll leave them with dark blue for now, and perhaps maybe with the teal, back to the teal. You know, I like this color, so maybe we could, you know, alternate between the different shapes. And you can see that, you know, different colors, different combinations of colors have given a different character to the painting. And every time you alter these colors or change them around, they just give a different effect. They give it, and this is the beauty of it. Okay. So hope you've enjoyed and liked this video. I've shown you one of the ways to test out your color combinations before painting. I'll be demonstrating more techniques and ways in the future videos. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Your support is highly appreciated. If you could subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. I aim to teach as many people as possible how to create geometric art and how to learn, create, enjoy, and relax with this great art form. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If you feel there's any aspect that you'd struggled with, and you know, when creating geometric arts, just feel free to leave a question in the comment section, and I'll try my best to make a video about it and help you answer your queries. Thank you for watching, and all the best.